You know what's coming out real soon? Michael. A movie I believe is going to be the biggest musical biopic of all time. And I believe, depending on whether the movie's great or not, we'll revisit this question in a couple of weeks, but I believe it's going to be the first musical biopic to be $1 billion film. I think it's going to be $1 billion film. And if you listen to the numbers, it might be well on its way. Because according to this report and coming soon, Michael is expected to take in $80 to $90 million during its domestic opening weekend, as projected on March 27th by Box Office Pro. $80 to $90 million. To put that into perspective, if we look at the biggest opening weekends in musical biopic history, Straight Outta Compton made 60.2, Bohemian Rhapsody, which came this close to being $1 billion film, opened with 51.1 million. Elvis opened to 31.2. Bob Marley, One Love opened to 28.6. And All Eyes on Me, the Tupac Shakur movie, 26.4. This, they're saying 80. Now, I should point out that while Box Office Pro and other outlets are talking about 80 to 90, Deadline came out and said they're projecting 55 to 65. Which is way different. Either way, on the higher end, on the lower end of the Box Office Pro number and on the higher end of the Deadline, it would make it the biggest opening weekend in the history of musical biopics. And I'm still a little bit surprised it's not bigger. Honestly, if you'd asked me a month ago, how big do I think the opening weekend of Michael would be? I would have said in the triple digits. I would have thought it would have been in the $100 million range. I would have thought it'd been, but again, Bohemian Rhapsody opens to 50 million and it almost became $1 billion film. I haven't seen the film. If it's terrible, I'm going to have to change my mind. But if it's really good, I still believe this is $1 billion film. And if you can open with 80 to $90 million, by far the biggest opening for any musical biopic ever, I think it will be well on its way. Anyway, Rob, you saw these numbers. Surprised, not surprised, and how do you see this thing doing?
I'm not surprised. I think the numbers, I don't think people are aware that it's coming out in 2 weeks. I think that they don't even know, and I think if they did know, there'd be more people that, I think the projections might even be higher. My buddy who works in exhibition did see this film last week, and he was very enthusiastic about it, and he said it's going to be very successful, and I think the thing about this movie is, talk about a 4-quadrant movie. This is like a 4-generation movie. I mean, who isn't going to go see this movie? I think everybody's going to go see this film. I'm really interested in it. And of course it deals with the first part of Michael Jackson's life, the first half of his life into the 80s. And there's something, look, all musical biopics are kind of the same.
They really are.
They're kind of the same. The story is the same. But what's really interesting to me, and what I really want to see about this, is that, you know, we think about Michael Jackson now, but when I was a kid, there was the Jackson 5 component of Michael Jackson's life where he was working with his brothers. There's like a Carol Burnett clip that's running around online where she's introducing, she goes, here's the Jackson brothers, and all that you go through, like, here's Tito Jackson, and Michael Jackson's like the fourth brother. And he sings, and he's clearly the most talented of all of them. But when I was a kid, you know, you had the Jackson 5. And I was too young to be aware of, like, I really want to see that part of the Michael Jackson story, because I don't know very much about it. Because you know, as you got older, you heard a lot about, you were very much aware of when he did Off the Wall and he did Thriller and all that. So you heard more of that. So I'm actually, I got to tell you, John, I'm really excited to see this movie. I mean, I really want to see it. And I think it looks great. I think the trailer looks great. I forget the name of the actor who plays Quincy Jones, but he's great. Everything in this movie looks like it's going to be great. And I love musical biopics. I don't think I've ever seen a musical biopic I didn't like in some way, shape, or form. And this one, although I really do think they should consider Purple Rain. I know it's fictional, but I would like to see Purple Rain on that list of musical biopics.
You know, in the same way that I didn't really like the new Masters of the Universe trailer, but I'm still very enthusiastic for the movie and excited to see it because of the director, Travis Knight. That's why I'm excited to see the
Trust
film.
in Travis.
I'm not really a musical biopic guy, but I'm excited to see Michael because of Antoine Fuqua, the guy who was directing it. So you get the right director in there. You got my attention.
Plus,
And I'm very excited to see this.
He can do anything.
Yeah.
Like Antoine Fuqua can make a Western. He can make Olympus Has Fallen. He can do all of these things. And I want to see, I think he put everything he's got into this. If nothing else, this is going to be really muscularly directed. I can't wait to see it.
So again, I do want to make people aware that there is some conflicting information out there. Again, Box Office Pro is reporting 80+ million opening, whereas Deadliner's reporting, I believe, something like $55 to $65 million opening. That's quite a discrepancy. But anyway, what do you guys think? It looks like, Michael, whoever's information you listen to, it sounds like it's going to be the biggest opening weekend for a musical biopic. We'll see if that actually turns out. How big do you think it can be? Are you interested in the film? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.